Welcome to the Never Ending Backlog podcast, your place for short reviews from a gamer with the goal of reducing his backlog. From adventures to sandboxes, join our host as we walk through a collection of unplayed treasures. Now, let's take a look at the featured game of this episode of the Never Ending Backlog.
Hello everyone, welcome back to the Never Ending Backlog podcast. I'm your host Zach, and I'm happy to see you all again. Well, we've approached the end of Halo Week. It's been a fun journey, tagging around with the Master Chief, Cortana, and the ODST clan. However, all good things must come to an end. However, I have been looking forward to the end more than anything, primarily because today's review of Halo 4 is a completely new experience for me. It's true. I have no idea why I never played Halo 4. I had a 360, I owned the rest of them at various points in my life, but Halo 4 was never touched. I was probably waiting to play it with a friend who I've experienced the rest of the Halo games with that I mentioned in previous podcasts, and we just never found the time. Nonetheless though, we are back to review Halo 4 in Master Chief Collection on Steam. What is it? According to Steam, witness the Master Chief's triumphant return to battle an ancient evil bent on vengeance and annihilation. Shipwrecked on a mysterious world, faced with new enemies and deadly technology, the universe will never be the same. The genre is first-person shooter, sci-fi adventure. Release date was 2012 on console, 2020 on Steam in the Master Chief Collection. In fact, it just released, I think, last week, actually. The developers were Bungie, 343 Industries, Saber Interactive, and Ruffian. Bungie is primarily known for the Halo and Destiny series. 343 Industries is pretty much just Halo. Saber Interactive was Mud Runner, Time Shift, Inversion, and many other games. The publisher was Xbox Game Studios. They're responsible for Sea of Thieves, Age of Empires 3 Definitive Edition, Flight Simulator, Battletoads, so many more games. Current price is actually on sale because of the autumn sale, but regular price is $9.99, or you can buy the whole package, which contains Halo Reach, Halo, Halo 2, Halo 3, Halo 3 ODST, and Halo 4, all for $39.99. What a bundle. Alright, let's jump into the actual review of this. So this is definitely the largest of Halo games. Then again, it's the newest and probably looks the best in my opinion. Everything is managed through the Master Chief Collection as it always has been, and I'll touch base a little bit on the graphics settings and saving settings in the next category, because you'll know I had a few issues with saving settings. So regarding graphics, Halo 4 certainly has the better graphics than all the rest of them. I think it looks much better than Halo 3 and Halo 3 ODST on the PC, which I know these are all ports, but traditionally they mess around with the graphics a little bit. I think Halo 4 looks phenomenally. I'd also say it looks better than the Anniversary games, or Halo and Halo 2, and I think the details are very nice. The colors are crisp, the Warthog has honestly never looked better, and overall this is a beautiful game, and it looks like it belongs on the PC. And I've read that in a few reviews where people are like, this just seems like it's a better PC game than a console game. And I would agree with that. I think this one seems more for that audience, and the other ones definitely you could tell are console games ported over. So it's kind of nice to see. I figured after a few of the Halo reviews that if I keep the game settings in windowed mode, all of my settings save. And it works perfectly for OBS and my YouTube recording. And then I can switch to 5760 by 1080 when I'm done recording for OBS, and then I can basically experience it with all three monitors. So it works out pretty well. Regarding audio, sounds great. The voiceovers are once again very well done. Cortana sounds awesome, and the weapons sound more accurate. Sure, the Magnum pistol doesn't sound like a tank anymore, but it certainly sounds more like a pistol without sacrificing too much on the damage. Controls, same controls except C is now your character's special ability, whether that's cloak, shield, etc. Shift actually sprints, so all of my dreams have come true. I had zero idea Halo 4 had sprinting, but when I hit it just to test it out on the buttons, I was pleasantly surprised. It feels much more faster paced because of it, so it was really great to see it. Regarding gameplay, you're the Master Chief, and surprise, surprise, you survived the events of Halo 3. You are awoken as your wreckage of a ship is under attack by the Covenant. Once again, not really a shocker there. And you and the Covenant are being sucked into a metal-like planet. Kind of reminded me of Unicron from the Transformers the movie, but it was really cool. You're also motivated to save Cortana from AI deterioration. Ooh, that's a hard one to say. Regarding difficulty, I died a couple times, as you'll see in the gameplay footage or on the website or on YouTube. It wasn't incredibly difficult, however, normal certainly seems balanced. Running out of ammo that I want for guns that I actually want seems to be the most difficult thing for me. I just want constant battle rifle ammo throughout the entire game. Just want it. Achievements, not many achievements given out to me in this game. I think I only earned one per level, so that seems to be stark different from the other Halo games in the Master Chief Collection. Like I mentioned, there's 700 total, so there's a lot to earn. Regarding pros, you can sprint now, which is a blast. It makes the gameplay feel more like Doom almost, which I have zero qualms with. The graphics are beautiful. This is definitely a gorgeous Halo game. Even things like the new battle rifle skin look much better. And the details for your binoculars and zoom look crisper with additional details like in your UI UX. It just looks really nice. And the storyline seems intriguing. You know, I didn't get far into it, and I'm actually waiting on this one because my buddy is picking up the rest of the Halo games. And over the next few weekends, we're going to be knocking out Halo Combat Evolved all the way through Halo 4. So kind of waiting back. I don't want to get too far into the game. I don't want to ruin it for him. I don't want to ruin it for myself. It'll be a more fun co-op experience. Regarding cons, ammo once again seems scarce. I mean, original Halo and Halo 2 didn't seem like it had a problem with ammo. All after that, though, Halo 3, ODST, and 4 all seems to have scarce ammo. Almost on the level of Halo 3 ODST for Halo 4 I've seen. You know, I appreciate the new Covenant weapons. However, it still feels like the enemies take more rounds, and I'm constantly scavenging for more. Also, the cloak seems like it never works. Even when I walk around in the shadows where no one saw me originally become invisible or active camoed, they still seem to see me. You know, it's hardly an active camo in my opinion. And then also, the Covenant look okay. Personally, I don't think there's anything wrong. The grunts look a little weird. But the grunts, and even like the other Covenant, sound quite odd. They sound cartoony and kind of in a bad way. The language is really weird sounding, and it's just a weird experience. So would I recommend this game? I absolutely recommend this game. I know a lot of people didn't care for this game since there was the drama with 343 Industries taking this game over instead of Bungie, and the score was produced by another composer instead of Martin O'Donnell. However, as a Halo game featuring Master Chief, there are a lot of quality of life improvements that I think the other Halo games could have benefited from. Granted, I am not far into the game, so the campaign could completely do a 180 and bomb. However, right now, I'm enjoying it very much. So there you have it. Halo Week is complete, and honestly, I'm excited to see where Halo 4 goes. I know the Prometheans, which make me think of the Protheans from Mass Effect, are tanks and your weapons are even weaker, so I know that'll be frustrating. However, it's still a solid co-op sci-fi shooter that I grew up with and will be a fun addition to game with a friend. So nonetheless, thank you for joining me on the Never Ending Backlog as we reviewed the Master Chief Collection on Steam for Halo Week. This week I actually picked up 5 affordable PC games on Steam's autumn sale. So this week we'll actually be reviewing, I'm going to give you a little spoiler, Age of Empires Definitive Edition, which I'm excited for since I've played 2 and 3 many times. And if you see me on Instagram, you'll see all my big box collection of the originals because I have sealed copies of almost all of them. I'll be reviewing A Short Hike, which I heard was a relaxing game. I'm excited for that one as well. Sunset Overdrive, which was one of the main reasons I grabbed an Xbox One in the first place because it reminds me of like a mix between Jet Set Radio Future and Crazy Taxi, and I'm so glad it went to the PC. The Sims 4, which I played countless hours in Origin, so it'll be fun to see if this one differs in any way from Steam. I'm about 99.9% sure it doesn't. However, I'm looking forward to starting a fresh world. Like I said, I'm a big fan of the Sims games. They're very relaxing, addictive. At least you live out a different life, even though my character pretty much just plays on all the goals and dreams of what I want to be in real life, so it's very similar. And finally, Townscaper, which is kind of less of a game and more of a fidget spinner for the computer, where you build interesting cities to relax. You know, I saw a video from the developer and am very much so looking forward to it. It just seems like a really pretty game. So there you have it. It's been a fun week, and next week will be even more fun. Thanks again for joining us on the Never Ending Backlog podcast, and we'll see you soon.